right, guys. So we have some WWE Mattel leaked lineups that we're going to go over very shortly. But first, I want to encourage you to give this channel a subscription, hit that subscribe button, head over to Instagram, give us a follow at FigHeal, TikTok at FigHeal, Twitter at FigHeal. It's at FigHeal across the board. Like, comment, and subscribe. It would really mean the world to us, and it helps the channel grow tremendously. So especially if you like the content we're putting out, it would be greatly appreciated. So please give us that subscribe. Now, moving on, we have some leaked lineups of WWE Basics, 2-packs, Elites, and we're going to go over them all shortly. But we're going to start with WWE Basic Series 135. And first up on this list is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Now, I got to assume that this is going to be Brock Lesnar in his modern gimmick. I like to call him Farmer Brock. The long hair, ponytail, the beard. I'm not sure if they're going to give us a street clothes Brock, since they're doing that for his upcoming Elite. So I'm going to say that this is probably going to be the traditional Brock Lesnar body mold. This is my guess, and they're going to put the new updated head sculpt on that. I really doubt, with how hot he's been lately, that they would put out a quote-unquote vintage style Brock Lesnar with the short cropped hair and clean shaven face. So I'm assuming it's definitely going to be an updated in-ring Brock Lesnar. Next up for Series 135 is a guy who's getting a ton of TV time. He's aligned with Edge now, and that is Damian Priest. This will be his second basic. His first basic was in the black pants with the rib wrap. Then he got an Elite, and now he's getting another basic. I'm really curious what they'll use for the attire, but I do think that Damian Priest is going to get a ton of action figures, not only in the future, but in the very near future. So I think we have to keep a lookout for that. So Damian Priest, Brock Lesnar, and next up, the only other non-first time to line figure in this set, and it's the first time for this character, is Nikki ASH, Almost Superhero. Now, she's had plenty of figures as Nikki Cross, but this is her first Nikki ASH figure, and I'm surprised it took this long for us to get one, because I really thought that they were pushing her very, very quickly when the character started, and I thought we were going to have a lot more merchandise than we do. I also thought that this was going to be the chase of the set, and it is not. But I'm very curious to see if we're going to get more Nikki ASH figures, maybe Elites and such. I'm sure we will get a Championship Showdown, but right now we're getting a basic of her in Series 135, so that's pretty cool. And next up, the one that I'm most excited for from this set is a first time in the line figure, NXT Braun Breaker. I think this is going to be such a cool figure. I really hope that they don't cheap out with the deco application and they really put all the colors on his singlet like they could. There is a possibility that they could take one of his more simplified, dumbed down singlets. I really hope they don't. I am hoping that they eventually release him in his dad's singlet that he wore recently. I think that would be really cool, especially since he was supposed to get a figure in that singlet and never did in the WCW glue blind. So I'm looking forward to Braun Breaker. He's number 4 in this set. Number 5 and 6, the chase in this set is Reggie. I'm kind of surprised that Reggie is the chase. I would have thought, based on star power and variety in attire, that they would have chose either Nikki ASH or Braun Breaker, but they went with Reggie. Reggie is on TV a ton. He is the 24/7 champion. Off and on, you know, he's in a lot of storylines, so I understand doing it. I'm curious to see the head sculpt on that. I think that they could really nail it, and if they do, with his hair and everything and his attire that he wears, I think that it could actually be a really awesome figure. So maybe it'll pay off in the long run of being the chase. So WWE Mattel Basic Series 135 is going to consist of Brock Lesnar, Damian Priest, Nikki ASH, Braun Breaker, and Reggie. All right, next up, more basics, and that's WWE Mattel Championship Showdown Series 11, and this is going to consist of Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I feel like when they do these, they always have to include those stars, right? The main guy, the franchise, which would be Roman Reigns or John Cena. In this case, we are getting Roman Reigns versus John Cena. So this is an easy pass for me, no matter what they look like, to be honest. But I can see why this is a necessary inclusion in the line to have on the shelf at retail to entice children and new collectors and such. You got to have the main guys. Next up, two guys that have never been shorted of battle packs or Championship Showdown or the original Mattel Basic 2-packs, and that is the Usos. So we are getting the entire bloodline in Battle Pack Series, Championship Showdown 11. So we have Roman Reigns, we're getting Jey Uso, we're getting Jimmy Uso, the Usos in another one. Again, another easy pass for me. I would much prefer elites of these guys at this point. I have plenty of basics of them, but I can see why this would be very enticing to kids who are newly watching the product. And last but not least is going to be Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. I'm assuming this is going to be a representation of when Becky returned, their SummerSlam match, which I think would be really cool, and it makes a lot of sense. Personally, I think I would have preferred the WrestleMania match between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, but Becky Lynch is the man. She is like that top tier talent, so it makes sense why they would include her in this as opposed to Sasha Banks, who, not saying she's not top tier talent, because she is, but we all know that Becky Lynch is the man. So that is Battle Pack. Sorry, I keep calling it Battle Packs. Hard for me to change that up. It is Championship Showdown Series 11, and that's going to feature Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, the Usos, and John Cena and Roman Reigns. There you go. All right, so now we're on to the part where collectors are going to get excited. We are moving on to Elite leaked lineups, and this is going to be Elite Series 96, and we already know that Brock Lesnar is getting an Elite. We talked about that earlier, right? And he was shown shirtless, but in jeans, so we know that it's going to be street clothes Brock. I'm assuming he's going to have a cloth goods cut-off flannel that he's going to wear. The head sculpt looks great. I'm assuming that's the head sculpt that's going to go on the basic we discussed earlier. Pretty cool. I think it's exciting how quickly they got that Brock Lesnar out, and I can't wait to own it. I haven't bought a Brock Lesnar in a long time, but this is a must-have for me. Next up, we're going to be getting King Nakamura, which I think is awesome. Spoiler alert for the rest of the series, I was really expecting, when I saw King Nakamura on the list, that I thought we were going to get Rick Boogs. Rick Boogs is not getting an Elite in Series 96 or 97, but I'm hoping 98 or 99 we're getting a Rick Boogs, especially with the guitar. I think he would look awesome, but we're getting King Nakamura. I am guessing that he's going to be in the all white. I think that's very royal looking of him and very cool. You know, we've gotten plenty of other variations of red with King Nakamura, or Shinsuke, so I'm thinking that a white jumpsuit would look really good, as well as that crown. I think the crown is the key part of this. You know, anytime we get a King figure, the crown always sets it apart from every other version of that character. Also, going to be getting a Kofi Kingston. Not sure what type of Kofi Kingston they're going to have here. Not sure if it's going to be like a throwback one, a retro, a vintage flashback. Don't know if it's going to be a modern New Day style with Xavier Woods, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards, but it's still up in the air. Also in this set is Hulk Hogan. You know, ever since they got Hulksters, the rights to do Hulkster again, we've been getting a lot of them, whether it be in the Ultimate, Elite, Basic line. So I'm excited to always get more Hulk Hogans. You know, I was a child of the golden era, so this is exciting to me to actually get. Now, on to the two first time in the line figures. They're my favorite. Anytime we get leaked lines, the first time in the line guys or girls are my favorite. And first up is Ilya Dragunov from NXT. I think it's going to be a really cool figure. I did not see this coming. I'm not an avid watcher of NXT, but I do know who Dragunov is, and I do think that it would make a pretty cool Elite, and I can see why he's being debuted in the Elite line as opposed to the Basic line. I would assume he's going to come with title accessory of some sort. But that's just a guess. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. And next up, the chase in this set is going to be someone I'm surprised hasn't gotten a figure in the basic line yet. And I'm surprised they're debuting her in the elite line, and that is Doudrop. Doudrop, since she debuted, has been a huge part of WWE television in all different forms. It's clear that they're very high on her. So she is going to get 2 figures in her Elite Series 96 debut, which I think is pretty cool. It's always great to be the chase, especially in the Elite lineup if you're going to get your first figure. Often they do that in the basic line. So very cool for Doudrop to be getting that. So Elite 96 is going to consist of Brock Lesnar, King Nakamura, Kofi Kingston, Hulk Hogan, Ilya Dragunov, and Doudrop the Chase. All right, guys. So next up is WWE Elite Series 97. And first off, we're going to start off. Ronda Rousey is getting another Elite. I'm assuming it's going to be in the black top with the baddest across it. You know, it seems to be something that she's been wearing quite a bit, so it only makes sense to make that into the Elite version. I would like to see her get a cloth goods jacket. Not sure if she will, but Ronda Rousey is the first on the list for 97. And next up is Alexa Bliss. I know we just got the Ultimate Alexa Bliss that is showing up in stores now, but we're getting an Elite, and I think it might be a little bit of an updated version, hopefully. I would like to see like the purple top, you know, especially an Elite version. I wasn't a huge fan of how the Ultimate came out, especially with the cloth goods. Maybe they'll do a more rubberized or sculpted overall getup. I don't know. But Alexa Bliss is number 2 in 97. Moving on, we have Sheamus. Sheamus is getting another Elite, and I have to assume that this is going to feature his face mask. You know, the famous Joel Embiid face mask that we're seeing all over the NBA right now. Sheamus and his face mask. I got to assume that that's happening for this Elite. It would really separate it from all other Sheamus Elites. And this one actually shocked me because of the history of larger, taller characters in the Mattel line. Omos is getting an Elite, which I think is very exciting. I know he has a little bit more mobility, quote unquote, than the Great Khali, which was what, you know, Bill McKenna often told us why we're not getting a Khali Elite. We're getting an Omos, and I think it's going to be really cool. I got to assume that this is from him teaming with AJ Styles. I would guess that he's probably going to come with a tag team title, but there's not too much deco or attire changes for Omos. But I do think the basics that are coming out look great, but I do think an Elite is very necessary for this guy. Next up is the Chase. We're going to get the last one because it's my favorite. The Chase, which is going to be Xavier Woods. I'm assuming this is going to match Kofi Kingston in some way. It's just strange that Kofi's not getting the Chase in Series 96. But I'm hoping that this is going to be King Woods. I think that would be really cool. I love that massive crown that he wore when he was King of the Ring, and I think that would be really cool. So we're getting 2 Xavier Woods in Elite Series 97, a guy who's had a ton of figures, and I remember when he got his first in the battle pack with R-Truth, I was super excited for it because I think he's just so toyetic with all the different hair variations. He's got just a great look, so I'm excited to get more Xavier Woods. He is the Chase in Series 97. And my favorite from all the reveals, or the leaks I should say, is going to be Chainsaw Charlie. This is a figure that we were shown over a year ago, the rendering, and I've been so excited for it. Every time they show reveals, I've been waiting to see more Chainsaw Charlie, and they haven't showed it. I was getting worried that we weren't going to get it, but it looks like we are officially getting Chainsaw Charlie in Series 97. I do believe he initially was going to be a collector's edition, but they did away with the collector's edition, store exclusives, whatever you want to call them, and now he's in the main line of Series 97, and I think it's going to look great next to a Cactus Jack of some sort. So, Elite Series 97 is going to consist of Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, Sheamus, Omos, Xavier Woods, who's the Chase, and Chainsaw Charlie. And next up, the final leak is going to be Ultimate Edition Series 15. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but it's going to be Brock Lesnar and the Ultimate Warrior. I got to assume that the Brock Lesnar is going to be, again, modern. I'm hoping that maybe it's a cross between him in ring gear and him in Street Gear, not sure, but it is Brock Lesnar's second release in the Ultimate line, and we are getting the Ultimate Warrior for a third time. Not sure what kind of style of Ultimate Warrior they're going to use, but obviously they have a lot of options, so we shall see. But that is all of the leaked lineups. Quite a few. We got some basics, elites, ultimates, championship showdown. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, available now on Amazon.com, and go to ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel for all your merchandise needs. Take it easy, guys. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Don't forget to check out our official sponsor, TheWrestlingPlace.com, for all your action figure needs.